All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, want to give honors, good space to do to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, Shem Kakadash. Double honors, apostles, and elders, bishops as well. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. I'm brother from Dewey from GMS Detroit Bar Camp. And so, wanted to say first, copyright disclaimer. All right. I am not making any money off of this at all. This is for educational purposes only. I wanted to say that before I get started. Okay, this is educational purpose only. Okay. So I want to get to what I want to get to, and what that is pretty much the thing with Hurricane Katrina, but what's going on in Gary, Indiana right now is bad over there. All right, the power is out, and pretty much, all right. But we was telling you that these things were going to occur. All right, starting from the apostles and elders on down. All right, and I'm going to show a few clips of what's going on, and we'll get to some scriptures because, hey, the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone has been warning you that these things was going to occur. All right, so the power is still out over there in Gary, Indiana, and other parts of Indiana. All right, so hey, we were warning y'all. So let me go ahead and show you a few clips.
We know why they not coming out here though. I mean, it's obvious, It's obvious. Gary is full of, us, diversity. Yeah. Not really diversity, but it's full of black people. Yeah. We the blackest city out here. So they don't want to check on us.
Yeah. They're NIPSCO. Everybody pays them. We don't pay, we get cut off. But when disaster happens, they want to charge us X amount of dollars, but we already paying into this. They got billions, trillions of dollars. We working day to day on paychecks. So yes, they could have did better. They got the money. We don't got the money. They say they supposed to maintenance that yearly. They haven't been out here in a year or two, maybe 3 years. I can't sleep at night because I can't plug my sleep apnea machine up. I can't afford a generator. I'm working on a month salary. So therefore, we need them to either give us generators or get this power up and running. We got a 91-year-old man that lived at the end, almost at the end of the thing. They had to rush him to the hospital. We had an elder lady across the street. She had medical condition. She bedridden. People come out to help her also. So we really need them to work more faster because we don't want to lose no lives if we don't have to. Our governor needs to get his butt out here and see the damage. You going in these other neighborhoods, you need to go through the whole city of Gary.
We do see, people trying to give out free food and, just give back. The community definitely is doing something with the giving back. They've been giving away free food, especially at the Y here. They've been giving out free food to us in showers, hot showers. So it's definitely good that we all coming together finally. Yeah. We just need more coverage for sure. We need to come together as a community and get it together. We won't be struggling as bad as just one person just struggling. If all come together, we'll be good. Something like this, they giving out free water, free cakes, and shaming people here and stuff. We need that. We definitely need that.
And they were all alike. We have differences. We need more coverage.
Yes.
All of us.
Yes.
We're humans at the end of the day. Nobody is better than the other person. So we all go through similar struggles every single day. Let's help each other.
All right, and so but the Lord wanted this to happen. All right, because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, don't want to go back to the How about Shemi Shai, all right, and this is why this is happening to you. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about you 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, all right.
I'm going to tell y'all why those lights went out in Indiana. They're building a massive new AI data center. And when I say massive, I'm talking about 1,000 acres. But that's not the only thing. In Sullivan County, Indiana, the crew that is working on that data center hit a power line that supplies tornado sirens. Now, that's just what they're saying, that they made a mistake and hit a power line while they're building that AI center. I wouldn't doubt it if they're taking that power and pushing it towards that AI data center and just calling it a power outage. We all know that those AI centers require something very big, a lot of land and a lot of power. And the fact that they've been without power for 8 or 9 days, what happens if a tornado comes through while those sirens aren't working? And if you notice, they're building these massive AI facilities in rural areas where the land is cheap. A lot of them are being placed in predominantly Black and low-income communities. They don't care about people living in these communities. Those AI centers are profitable. We all remember what happened before. Remember when they ran highways through Black communities? They put up factories, refineries, landfills, not to mention toxic industries around Black communities. And what happened? Those families were left dealing with pollution, sickness, displacement, and reconstruction. And that's exactly what's going to happen when all these AI data centers are built.
Yeah, that's how that's going to go. All right. Grab another one more.
So yesterday, a very dangerous situation occurred. And what was already a very dangerous situation. People in my community became aware that I started a GoFundMe, and it literally has turned into World War III. From the beginning, I've always told you guys that my GoFundMe was about me. But for some reason, the people in my community, certain individuals, because I won't say all of them, decided that it's my job to donate anything that I've raised on GoFundMe to the community, although I've always crowdfunded for myself as my followers asked me to do. So because they couldn't, pressure me into donating, mind you, I've bought so much attention and donations alone, food, clothes, resources, charities. There's so many people bringing stuff to Gary, Indiana, including Keithley, because of my videos. Nevertheless, my information, my address, where I live, pictures of my home were posted online. So last night I had to do what any mother would do, which is leave right away. I'm not sure what to do now. I've never been in this situation, and the online harassment and the online doxing continues. And this all happened for me talking about my story and speaking out about a community that needs help, and always saying that I'm the one who also needs help. I never got on here and said that I was helping create anything for the entire city. I made that very clear that this was for me and my children, and because of that, I have been doxed. I have been already put in a dangerous situation that I'm already sleeping in the dark. People now know where I live and think that I have a plethora of funds that I haven't even accessed yet. All because a few people were upset. And this is like the most heartbreaking thing I've ever been through. I don't know if I need to move away, but it's extremely dangerous.
But hey, you put yourself out there. When it comes to this internet, you put yourself out there and putting your business out there. Even though that that she needed some help, some assistance, but here's the thing: you got people out there that don't care. When people want to eat, they're gonna go or take an opportunity to do something. They're gonna try to do it. That's why it isn't always good to put your business out on the internet. Because hey, we live in a dog world. A lot of people don't have jobs. A lot of people is homeless out here. And the homeless thing that's going like crazy nationwide. Seriously. So that's why it's not always good to put all your business on this internet. But hey, but let me go ahead and we'll get to some scriptures and everything, because hey, they think we like I said, we've been telling you that these things were going to occur. All right. Yeah, Second Ezra chapter 15, starting at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right. For the sword and their destruction drawing nigh, and one people shall stand up a fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, because I heard it's been people breaking in people's houses over there. Yeah. You know, and keep reading. For they shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, neither princes. All right, and for the currents of their actions, they shall stand in their power. So yeah, like, hey, when people gotta eat, they don't care about politicians being in the way. You know, if they're in the way, they're gonna try to do something. You know, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, so hey, you know, I think when it first happened, some people did. You know, it was so bad over there, especially like that first week. People that was able to get gas, that was lucky to go get gas in another state like Illinois. You know, those were the unlucky ones. You know, but over there too, there's another crazy video where this woman, they had no gas out there and they had to pull over. A lot of streets out there are pulled over, are being parking lots in the streets out there. So yeah, it's like real bad over there, you know. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Yeah, all right, and like they not looking to the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashad. You know, they still want to stay in this place. That's why 2/3 is go get judgment. All right. For the houses shall be destroyed, men shall be after. Yeah, because people gotta worry about their generators being stolen. All right, or somebody coming up in their house. You know, they gotta worry about that kind of stuff. You know, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and men, for bread and for great tribulation. So yeah, it's real bad over there, you know. And supposedly, they supposedly have, like, cause it's going on, what, 2 weeks, okay, you know, and so hey, it's bad, you know. But hey, you know, starting from the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, all right, you know, well, we told you all of this stuff was going to happen. All right, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans that, you know, that don't want to go back. Hey, this is you know, we're at, you know, I mean, we're, you know, Jacob's trouble. Hey, it's here, you know, and this is, and in the near future, all this is going to spread out because they're already talking about nationwide. The Greek is going to be out. So hey, Lord willing, this is edifying. So with that, I want to give honors, glory, praises due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash, double honors, apostles and elders, and the business as well. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. Shalom.